Hello friends, my name is Kamlesh, and in this session I'm going to show you how to set up PXE Linux PXE setup in RHEL 7. So I have Red Hat Linux Enterprise Server 7 installed, and this box will be using it for setting up the PXE server. So this is installed on the Oracle VirtualBox, and let's make some changes to come out from the console. So let's Windows CD sysconfig network. Okay, network scripts. Okay, as you can see, ifcfg enp0s3. As you can see, this interface is configured with the DHCP, so I'll make this with static, and I will add the IP address here which matches falls into the same range of my desktop box, which I'm running Windows box, so I can take the SSH session and come out from this console. So 255.0.0.0. Let's bring down and bring up this interface, enp0s3. If up. Okay, so ping 10.0.0.9. No, it's not reachable. Net. Okay, here in this settings, we have to make one changes here to make this network configuration from the net-based system to the host-only adapter. So let me make this change, then I'll check again. Okay, so ping still not reachable. Let's again bring down and bring up the interface. Okay, so here we go. So we have now our networking enabled on this box, and so we can take the rest of the session over the SSH. So here we go. So and the password. Okay, for setting up the PXE, we would require a couple of things to do here. First, I have set up my local repo, which we have set up here in this at etc yum.repos.d and RHEL 7 repos. So this fetches the patches from RHEL 7 and tftp-server. Okay, so I'll mount the HTML. Okay, so we have our contents available here. So var or we can make the changes itself in this file. Let's netmask var html7 to RHEL CentOS cd /ls. Okay, so we have it here, this one, RHEL 7. This will be pointing to the content of the DVD, which are copied from the DVD to var.html7 package. So let's check yum list grep tftp. Okay, so our local repo is working. So let's start with installing a couple of RPMs which are required to set up the PXE. So the first things are yum list grep -e tftp, dhcp, and httpd. Okay, So yum install and tftp-server and httpd. No mirrors are to try. Okay, we'll have to modify our vi etc repos.d. It is yum.repos.d RHEL 7. So RHEL 7. Let's try again. Yes. Okay. So the path which we are shortcut, which we are the soft link what we have defined, we have to update it in the repos.d. So now we have our required packages are installed here, and let's start up with setting up the making the required configuration for the tftp. So var etc xinetd and vi tftp. So by default the settings is here, it comes up with the disable equal to yes. We have to make it no. In the second, it's useful information about the server argument. So if you want to make the root as a /tftp, you can remove varlib, and /tftp will be the root directory for tftp root, tftp server. So once we have made these changes, let's start up the dhcp like Apache service. So system ctl status httpd. Okay, start. Okay, we have our Apache service running. So here in Apache I have var html and RHEL 7. This RHEL 7 is, I have copied the entire content of the DVDs to the, I made one folder called RHEL 7 and copied all the content from the DVD to this folder. So now we have our Apache is running, and let's check this Apache setup from okay. I think it will require a couple of things to change for the syslinux and firewall-d, so we will take those things first and then we'll check the Apache configuration. So before this, moving forward, let's set up the DHCP. So cd etc dhcpd. As you can see, there are get. As you can see, this is a file. There is nothing is defined, so we will copy one file from the user share dhcpd, user share doc dhcpd. So .conf .example2 /etc dhcpd.conf. Okay. So we'll make the minimum basic configuration to work this dhcp configuration file, which suits our requirement in this particular moment. So I'm going to grab -v. I'll be excluding all the comment entries from the file, and we'll be making this, doing the redirection to the dhcp.new. Okay, so move so vi dhcpd.conf. I'm sorry. We should have done that with user share doc dhcp and dhcpd.conf.sample.example. Okay. So we have either copy or redirect it. So I'm just removing all the command entries from this file and redirecting those entries to this here. So there are no entry files, command entries here. So we'll make the basic things which suits our requirement. Let's come back again and we don't have much configuration to add here for the DHCP here, so we will allow bootp, and we will also allow the DHCP to boot in, and this will be the authoritative server for our local network. Authoritative, and we'll remove this log entries. In subnet range we will define as which the range we are falling in, so 10.0.0, and the netmask. Here we will define the range, so 10.0.0 100. I'll be using it from any random range from like 20 or 30 systems, so I just defined it here for 100. Don't forget to close the line with the semicolon here. So our next server will be the PXE server, so 10.0.0.2, and the file name for which we'll be supporting for that is syslinux.0. Let's close it with the semicolon. So this is a configuration for our DHCP. Let's start the DHCP and see if it is reporting any error. System CTL status dhcpd. So it's dead now, it's not running. Start, and okay, this wasn't okay. Maybe, yeah, show. Okay. Stop. Status. Okay, write down the subnet declaration. So let's check the DHCP configuration once again. dhcpd.conf. I think we have not saved the file, so okay, the file what we edited is this one, so cat dhcp.new, yes, right. So let's move this file to the original location, original path which is required here is dhcp.conf to dhcp.conf. okay, yes, we will overwrite this file. Okay, so we'll start the services again and check the status. Cat dhcpd.conf. I'm sorry for the error once again, so but there is an error. What we have made here is the dhcp, so move dhcp to dhcpd.conf. yes, and cat the original file and see, okay, this is the correct file what we are looking for. And we have to make one more change, needs to correct here is the subnet mask, so this should be 00. okay, so now start the DHCP and see what it's reporting. Start and look for the status. Okay, so we have the DHCPD service running now. So we have our DHCP and Apache services started, it's running. So let's make the required configuration for the TFTP. So var lib tftp boot. So here we'll be making a maintain like pixelinux.cfg and mkdir netboot. I'll be copying a couple of required files to these directories. So from the user cd user share syslinux. Okay, so this is different RPM rep syslinux. Okay, so we don't have the RPM syslinux installed, so we have to, the required files comes up with the bundled in with the syslinux RPM, so we have to install syslinux RPM. So yum install syslinux. Okay, so here it comes the required files. So we will copy the required files which we needed for setting up this PXE. So we will copy the chain 32, menu 32, memdisk, and root to lib tftp, and we'll copy the pixelinux.okay, so copy this file as well to this. So let's go to this directory and see what are the files we have. So we have chain, mboot, memory disk, and menu inserted in pixelinux.cfg.0. So in netboot we will be going to use the files xinetd, and so these files will be available in our RHEL DVD, so which is available here in war.html, RHEL 7, and CD images. As you can see here in the PXE boot. So we will need these files. So copy xinetd img and vm-linux2 var tftp var lib tftp netboot. Alright, let's check we have everything set up correctly here. Okay, we have these two files ready with us, so we need one more file to set up our PXE menus, so that will require under pixelinux.cfg, and we have to touch here file default. So we need to enter the couple of entries for the default file, so I have made in my notes. So these are the entries. So default with the file which we covered is menu.c.32. so prompt is for 0 second and timeout is 20 second. And here you can define, you can put any notes. So I'm running this with frozen, or you can put your name or anything like RHEL 7, CentOS, whatever the installer version you have. So next is kernel. So kernel we have available in netboot, vm-linux, and pen init are equal to netboot.img install.repo equal to http://10.0.0.2 RHEL 7. Let's save the file and let's enable all the services which we configured. So before starting these services we have to make a note of a couple of things. We need to disable the syslinux and firewall services which are running on the box, and that will require a reboot. So for now we will enable all the services, and to start them with the boot time, and we will disable the firewall D and syslinux now, SELinux now. So vi etc sysconfig SELinux. So SELinux is right now is in forcing mode, so we will be going to make it disabled, and we will check the firewall D service systemctl status firewall D. So firewall D is running right now, so we will stop these services, stop, and we will disable it to boot them, start on the boot time. Okay, so firewall D is disabled. Now we will enable the services which we need to support this PXE environment. So systemctl enable httpd and enable xinetd, and we need dhcpd. So let's reboot this box and wait for a couple of minutes to come up and see how it works with the we will check the services status and we'll verify whether HTTP is giving the right content which we need it. So let's reboot and wait for a couple of seconds. Okay, your system has come up now. Okay, so root login. So for I and httpd xinetd and dhcpd do systemctl status .i. As we can see, all the three services are active and running. So we have this dhcpd and httpd and this so our for loop is running, started before here. Okay, well, let's check the content of the Apache server from here and see how it's working. Okay, so it's working here, so we'll RHEL 7 and see. Okay, the contents are available from the RHEL 7 box. So we are good to go ahead and boot our machine with client machine. So let's so I have this PXE client configuration set up here. So only changes what I made this one is I am running with the 1280 MB memory, and in the network configuration I have made this as a host only adapter instead of net adapter. So let's boot this machine and see how it's booting up with the PXE environment, or is there any challenges with this. So in couple of other options like some virtual host adapter allow to boot from different devices, but here it gives an option to boot with. Okay, so it gives the RAM disk. Okay, in it I think there is an error in our configuration, and let's check the configuration again and see where it's. Okay, so vi etc var lib tftp-server so default. Okay, yeah, so instead of here we have an error in it, rd supposed to be okay .img. So this is correct here. So system ctl restart xinetd and see how it works. Okay, as you can see, it has, after restarting services, it has taken the right path and it's attempting to boot the machine with correct initRD image. I think it is hung. Let me reboot once again and see. So it's attempting to boot from the FTP, so frozen. Okay, it's moving forward, unpacking the initial intra MFS. So it should fetch the content from our web server Apache, and it should give us the installation procedure from, yeah, it's moving forward. Okay, starting the installer in one moment. Okay, so we are good. So as you can see here in this devices section, it is not booting up from any of thing. It has picked up the installation media from our PXE environment, and so from here we can go forward and perform the installation with how do we do in the normal GUI environment. So then click on continue. So it picked up the installation source from our Apache source, and it will pick up the minimum installation. And the partition type schemes you can select, like if you want to configure this device as a automatic partition, or you want to customize the partition table. So hope you find my video helpful, and keep watching my channel and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.